There are areas in North America where the world seems untouched. Where the mountains stretch beyond the horizon and your soul seems to relax with each breath. A place where waterfalls pour down sheer cliffs. Where glacier lakes glow with the impossible shades of turquoise. And where every trail seems like it was carved by time itself. Up here in the Northern Rockies, beauty isn't just seen, it's felt. We walk through meadows painted with wildflowers, forests thick with pine and spruce, and valleys so deep and silent it made everything else in life feel small. Crystal clear rivers, cold enough to steal your breath. Wildlife moving freely across the land. Elk, moose, bighorn sheep, even bears roaming in the distance. And from the top of every mountain we climbed, we stood in absolute stillness, looking out over views so grand they almost didn't feel real. For 2 weeks, we chased that feeling. The calm, the awe, the quiet power of these mountains. And this is our journey. We started where the adventure truly begins, Glacier National Park. The early morning Highline Trail was our first stop. A trail that clings to the cliffs above the Going to the Sun road. The morning fog lifted past us like smoke coming off a volcano. Every step opens up bigger horizons. Rolling peaks, sharp ridgelines, deep valleys carved by ancient ice. This set the tone for the whole trip. Wild, open, and endless. The next day, we stayed at the historic Manny Glacier Hotel. Waking up there feels like stepping back in time. The lake was calm as glass, and the mountains reflected back to you like a painting. That morning, we hiked the Manny Glacier Trail, keeping an eye out for bears as we hiked up one of the most scenic hikes in all of North America. Every spot on this trail could have been a postcard. That's where we were. We were on the other side of that. The Highline Trail. Look, 1, 2, 3. Making it to the glacier was the tip of the iceberg. No pun intended. The next day, we hiked Iceberg Lake. Out here, you're reminded of just how small you are in the world and how vast the wilderness truly is. Iceberg Lake is pale blue, surrounded by 3,000-foot walls of rock. This is a place that feels isolated from the world, and in a way, it actually is. It's tucked away like a secret, sitting there waiting for people to search for it. Crossing into Canada, the mood shift. Waterton feels like a storybook town sitting at the foot of the mighty mountains. Deer walk the streets like locals. The lake stretches out in every direction, and somehow everything feels softer and slower here. Time really does slow down. We stayed at the historic Prince of Wales Hotel with views that honestly didn't look real. Mountains rising straight out of the water. Morning light melting across the peaks. A boat ride across the water with a group of other adventurers. A climb through the forest, the cliffs, and up the mountain. and even a ladder, and a narrow tunnel carved into the rock. Up the side of a mountain, gripping onto the chain to make sure you don't slip and fall. And at the end, a hidden alpine lake, sitting high above the world, cold, quiet, virtually untouched. One of the most unforgettable hikes of this entire trip, and a must spot to take a dip before you head back to catch your boat. From Waterton, we made our way to Banff, one of the crown jewels of the Canadian Rockies. We woke up before the sunrise to catch the first light on Moraine Lake. The moment the sun touches those turquoise waters, man, it's magic. From there, we climbed into the mountains above. Icefield Lake, Sentinel Pass, trails wrapped around turquoise lakes and jagged spires. Everywhere you look, the landscape keeps opening up, bigger, wilder, one postcard view after another. This was the perfect space to just sit and take in the beauty of nature. At the end of our hike, we jumped into a canoe and paddled across Moraine Lake, spreading some of my mom's ashes along the way. The next day, we took one of the most iconic hikes in Canada, called Devil's Thumb, this time starting at Lake Louise. Stopping at some of the scenic spots, and making our way past the tea house, stopping to enjoy the views, but eager to get past the crowds. We pressed on to the other side of Lake Agnes, just in time to watch the sun cast shadows across the way. As we climbed a little higher, we stopped for a bit to take in the views of Lake Louise, then scrambled up towards the summit. Loose rock steep slopes, and the awe of being in nature this wild. And at the top, a view that felt like standing on the edge of the world. Lake Louise on one side, Lake Agnes on the other. All framed by mountains that look carved by giants. And while we were there, the wildlife was eager to share lunch with us for just a bit. Leaving Banff, we drove what many call the most scenic highway in North America, the Icefield Parkway. And they're not lying. Glaciers hanging from cliffs, rivers braiding through the wild valley, wildlife everywhere. Every mile was a new screensaver. We made several stops to take in the views. One being the Saskatchewan Glacier. Another was a scenic waterfall hike. The raw power of the water out here reminds you of just how strong and ancient the land is. Reaching Jasper felt like entering some hidden mountain town from a movie set, quiet, rustic, and peaceful. That evening, we'd return to the pine bungalows, where an elk actually wandered near our cabin. One of those moments that stops you in your tracks. We would catch this same elk a few times while hiking around the cabins. He didn't seem to mind us, but we kept our distance. Our hike here, Sulphur Skyline, it's a climb that rewards you with a ridge overlooking the entire valley. The wind was cold and sharp, and the bugs were out in full force, but just check out these mountains in every direction. Later, we explored the Athabasca sand dunes just outside of town, walking out into what felt like the middle of a lake just ankle deep with mountains rising behind us. It was a surreal, dreamlike moment. We visited lakes around Jasper as well. Including the iconic Moraine Lake. And we encountered a moose just a few feet away. Calm, majestic, and unbothered by our presence. We walked the shorelines at sunrise. Low fog rolling across the water. On the way out, we made one more stop at Parker Ridge. It's a short hike, but with a massive payoff. From the top, you're looking straight at the Saskatchewan Glacier, pouring down from the ice field like a frozen river. Then we arrived at Kananaskis country, a quieter corner of the Rockies. Here, we found a short little hike that ended with this nice waterfall, but this was just the warm-up. Then came Tent Ridge, a 30-minute dirt road into true backcountry, grizzly territory once again. And then a ridge that loops into a giant horseshoe, 360-degree views. peaks rolling out forever. A hike that makes you feel alive, small, and connected all at once. This was another highlight of the entire trip. Scrambling, climbing, ridge walking, and sheer drop-offs. It's not for the faint of heart, that's for sure. Before heading home, we had to stop at Glacier National Park for one more moment in the mountains. We hiked the Hidden Lake Trail, one of Glacier's classics. We decided to hike all the way down to the lake. The sun was just beginning to peek out, so once again, I had to jump in. Something about the lake and nature when you're out in the wilderness like this, jumping in it just fills you with a sense of energy and connection, and it was perfect. As our trip came to an end, one thing became clear. These mountains don't just give you views, they give you memories that settle deep inside you. The Northern Rockies are the kind of place you carry with you for the rest of your life. I know I will. The majestic views, the quiet peace, the raw nature. The colors, the silence, just the feeling of standing somewhere so beautiful that words just don't cut it. This trip left a mark. And I hope to come back one day, because once you've stood in places like this, it stays with you. They live in your soul. And that's why I created this video to share with you all. If you enjoyed any of this video and want to see more, I've created separate videos on each one of these hikes that goes into more detail. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for more adventures coming up very soon.